Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear No Show. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to us. Happy birthday to us. Happy birthday, dear No Show. And all of the No Show audience. Happy birthday to us. Woohoo! Hey, everybody, good evening. I am Ethan. This is the No Show, which began exactly 1 year ago this evening on Instagram, and it was called the No Promo Show, if I remember correctly. I'm wearing a shirt that happens to have ukuleles on it. I discovered. La 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 da 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 da. I think it's. They could be guitars, but I think they happen to be ukuleles because it's sort of a Hawaiian looking shirt. Yes, thanks, Dad. This was your shirt. You left it here a year ago. Thank you for the shirt. I just noticed the other day when I was putting it on that it seemed to have ukuleles on it. Thank you. Thanks. Mom, thanks, Bella Lune. Hey, Mary in Chicago. Thank you. Hey, Richard. Hey, McJet. Hey, Blue Lady. Hey, Nuro. Hey, Stephanie. Thank you. Hey, Rolaboj. Bonsoir, Rolaboj. Merci. Bienvenue. And bon anniversaire to the French Republic. Hello, Max. Hello, everybody. Hello, Jill. Bonsoir. Welcome. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Astral. Nice to see you. Hey, Dave in LA. Yes, I'm wearing the birthday shirt. Let's do that one more time. Happy birthday to us. Happy birthday to us. Happy birthday, dear No Show. Happy birthday to us. All right, there it is. It's the No Show for 14 juillet, for the 14th of July. I am Ethan Hirschenfeld. This is the No Show, episode 366. The show began 1 year ago tonight. Oh, Stephanie, thank you. That's very kind. I hope other people might be decked out in honorary garb or gear in honor of the first anniversary. I have a few labor songs prepared. Or prepared might be overstating the matter, but I have a few labor songs in mind for tonight. And they both happen to be Pete Seeger versions because that's how they're published there on guitar.com. UltimateGuitar.com. Thank you, UltimateGuitar.com. Da 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 da. I think that, if I remember correctly, that song actually is not public domain. If I remember correctly, every time that song is in a movie, the movie has to write a check. I might be right. I might be wrong. It could happen. La mer qu'on voit danser. You know, I don't think I'm going to do La Mer. I was going to do some French songs tonight, but I might just stick to the French national anthem. I think that's what we're going to do in honor of France tonight. Allons, enfants de la patrie, le jour de gloire est arrivé. Contre nous de la tyrannie, l'étendard sanglant élevé. L'étendard sanglant élevé. Entendez-vous dans les campagnes mugir ces féroces soldats? Il vient jusqu'en nos bras, engorgez vos filles, vos compagnes, armés citoyens, formez vos bataillons, marchons, marchons, qu'un sanguin pur abreuve nos sillons. Armés, citoyens, Formez vos bataillons, marchons, marchons, qu'un sanguin pur abreuve nos sillons. Okay, verse 2. Que veut cet ordre d'esclave? No, I'm not going to. I looked this song up. There are so many verses. It goes on. This is an epic poem. Standing up against tyranny, forming your battalions, marching to victory. There is an unfortunate little lyric towards the end of that first verse. It says, "Qu'un sang impur," an impure blood, I think is going to like fertilize the rose in the fields. Let me see. Abreuve nos sillons. Abreuve nos sillons. Yeah, it will water our furrows. Un sang impur. Yeah, I think it's a little bit jingoistic, but national anthems, they can be a little bit violent. Sang impur. I'm only thinking of it because we've heard that. Yeah, it does mean that. That's what I thought. But a fine tune, a fine national anthem. I had this idea once, about 20 years ago, to record an album of just national anthems from around the world. Never went ahead with that. I think in part I thought, like, these other countries, they don't need me singing their national anthem. They have people of their country singing their national anthem. You should do Sur la Pont d'Avignon. Okay. So, it's not vegan. That's correct. Wait, let me look up. I want to make sure it was La Mer. Yeah. Oh, it's a Romain. All right, Romain. Thank you very much, Romain. Thank you for tuning in all the way from Paris. It's an honor to have you here for the anniversary show, the 1-year anniversary show of the nosho, and also for Bastille Day. The French national anthem. I want to just let's read a little bit about that. Who wrote it? Who wrote the Marsellaise? Claude Joseph Rouget de Lille was a French army officer of the French Revolutionary Wars. Lille is known for writing the words and the music of the Chant de guerre pour l'armée du Rhin, the war song of the Army of the Rhine in 1792, which would later be known as the Marsellaise and become the French national anthem. So that's the actual name of that song. Who knew? The actual name of that song is Chant de guerre pour l'armée du Rhin, the war song for the Army of the Rhine. Wow. That's the Marseillaise is a much pithier name for the song. He was born, Claude Joseph Rouget de Lille, who wrote that song, both the words and the music. He was born May 10th, 1760, in Lons-le-Saunier in France, and he died June 26, 1836. He lived a long life of 76 years, long life in the 18th century, in Choisy-le-Roi in France, and he's buried at the Hôtel des Invalides in Paris, which I think is the army installation, the army campus. His songwriting partners were that's a mistake. Someone on Wikipedia. Wikipedia is incredible, but sometimes Wikipedia has bubamyces on it. Malarkey, as the president likes to say. So it says that his songwriting partners included Serge Gainsbourg and Rodion Chedrin. Anyway. And it says he wrote the libretto of Macbeth. I don't think any of that is true, but Here's something else from Britannica about the writer. He was a lowly army officer and only a moderate Republican. He never wrote anything else of significance, so it says. He composed both the words and the music of La Marseillaise for his comrades in 1792 while stationed at Strasbourg. It gained its familiar title after being adopted by the Provençal volunteers when they were marching from Marseille to Paris during the French Revolution. Wait a second. I'm sorry for my ignorance here, but I always think of the French Revolution as 1789. Yeah, 1789. But he wrote this thing in 1792. Oh, okay. So the French Revolution is considered to have lasted for 10 years. Okay. It was an ongoing thing. Yeah. All right. What else do we know about this song and its creator? Dun, 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 dun. Of course, the Beatles took that theme. Love, love, love. Fom, fom, fom. They open that song with the Marseillaise, which is really it's. I never tried to puzzle out why would they do that. Why would they open their love song? All you need is love, with a song from the French Revolution. I mean, maybe there was a relationship like to a French woman, like Michel Mabel. Maybe they were infatuated with some French people. Maybe they had romance in France, and they associated France with romance, as many people do. French Revolution. Okay, I'm going to look that up. Love, 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 love. Beatles. French national anthem. Let's see if Google knows anything. So on the Beatles recording, the song starts with the first few bars of the French national anthem and contains elements from other works, such as Glenn Miller's 1939 hit In the Mood. Okay. It does not say why, but it is possible, I suppose, that they might have thought, the Beatles might have thought that they were in the process of carrying out a musical revolution. So they wanted to quote music from the most important revolutionary anthem. Could be. I don't know. All right. Well, that was there. That's the French portion of the show. Again, thank you. Vive le nouveau Front Populaire, says Mila. Yes. Well, I don't know. I honestly don't know anything in any detail about French politics currently, but I was happy to see that the far right did not do as well as expected. I saw someone post a funny meme somewhere, which was after the results from the election. Oh no, this was after the results of the election in England when the Tories got beat by Labour for the first time in 14 years. It was a picture of that scene from When Harry Met Sally. I think it might be the mom of Rob Reiner, if I'm not mistaken, but maybe not, who's at the next table, who's saying about Meg Ryan's orgasm. She says, I'll have what she's having. So the joke was, I'll have what England is having. A prayer for our November election, that we can have a defeat of the right. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. You should be wearing a crown for putting up with us for a year, or a Burger King hat. Richard, that's very kind of you. I don't feel like I'm putting up with you at all. I love having you all here. Let me say it again loud and clear if I haven't said it loudly and clearly enough throughout the last few months and throughout the year. I love doing the show. It's a pleasure, and it's a pleasure having you. The show wouldn't exist without you. It would just be me talking to my screen and strumming on the ukulele, which sometimes I do anyway. But so I'm very glad for your eyes and your ears and the attention that you bring with all of your faculties and sense organs. Um, oh, you're on the west coast of France at present. Oh, the west coast. Uh, à bord de la mer. We were talking about that, the seaboard. Au bord de la mer. We were talking about that phrase last night. Why we say seaboard. I thought maybe seaboard came from the French for bord de la mer. Okay, Astral, I appreciate your suggestion. Sur la pont d'Avignon. I'm going to look up that song. Maybe I will add it to my repertoire. Repertoire. Okay, bonsoir, everybody. Thank you, Romain, for standing up while I sang the anthem. All right, now let's get on to some labor songs. Labor, unions, labor unions. Why? Because this show began. I'm going to have a sip of my non-alcoholic Kölsch style drink. It's a fake beer. It turns out it's from Sausalito, which is a beautiful place, right? When you go over the Golden Gate Bridge heading north, if you look down to the right, there's a little town on the water. I just noticed on the can, Sausalito. Not bad. All right. All right. Oh boy, this one has blood in it also, this song. When the union's inspiration through the workers' blood shall run. The workers' blood. We're back to blood. I'm sorry. This was supposed to be a bloodless show tonight. Vegan and bloodless. What did I want to say? Oh, yeah. So the show began a year ago on the night that the SAG-AFTRA strike began, the strike of my union, which lasted from July 14th till November 4th, and then was resolved. But then I kept doing the show. That's the connection between this show and the union. It was called the No Promo Show because promotion was not allowed during the strike. You weren't allowed to promote any of our studio or streaming service or network projects in keeping with the union stance. So there was no promotion. I called it the No Promo Show, and I had a guest on most every night who was either an actor or someone else in the entertainment business to talk about what was going on during the strike. Strike-related stuff, not related strike, work, life, all that. All of those old episodes, by the way, are up on my Instagram. I did the show on Instagram until April 1st of this year when I switched over to YouTube. So all of the old episodes, hundreds of episodes, well, probably like 200. That's hundreds of episodes. If you go to my Instagram, which is E. Hirschenfeld, Instagram, E. Hirschenfeld, you can see all those old episodes where I had all sorts of fascinating, fun guests. When the union's inspiration. By the way, if you want to go to ultimateguitar.com, or if you just Google Solidarity Forever by Pete Seeger, Google that if you can, and you can see the lyrics and you can sing along. But the chorus is very easy. It's Solidarity Forever. The union makes us strong. Solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong. Okay, this is a few verses. So get a beverage. Get a beverage and get a cushion. When the union's inspiration through the workers' blood shall run, there can be no power greater anywhere beneath the sun. Yet what force on earth is weaker than the feeble strength of one? But the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. Verse 2. Is there aught we hold in common with the greedy parasite, who would lash us into serfdom and would crush us with his might? Is there anything left to us but to organize and fight? For the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong. It is we who plowed the prairies, built the cities where they trade, dug the mines and built the workshops, endless miles of railroad laid. Now we stand outcast and starving midst the wonders we have made, but the union makes us strong. This is like Dayenu, that song at Passover, where you can, I think I'm going to skip the chorus once or twice, because otherwise, the song takes all night. But we get it. Solidarity forever, yada, yada, yada. Okay, here comes verse 4. All the world that's owned by idle drones is ours and ours alone. We have laid the wide foundations, built it skyward stone by stone. It is ours not to slave in, but to master and to own, while the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong. Oh my God, verses 5 and 6. Okay, I'm gonna string 5 and 6 together, and then we'll do one more chorus. They have taken untold millions that they never toiled to earn, but without our brain and muscle, not a single wheel can turn. We can break their haughty power, gain our freedom when we learn that the union makes us strong. Verse 6. In our hands is placed a power greater than their hoarded gold, greater than the might of armies magnified 1,000-fold. We can bring to birth a new world from the ashes of the old, for the union makes us strong. Everybody, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong. One more time. Solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong. All right, there it is. There's the union song, Solidarity Forever. So to all of my SAG-AFTRA union sisters and brothers, and to all people in unions everywhere, and to people who support unions, and to people who vote for political parties that support unions instead of trying to break unions and undermine unions and give tax cuts to the billionaires under the fantasy that making the 1% of the 1% even more wealthy, that somehow that will trickle down to the workers. Anyone still operating under that fantasy 45 years after the quote unquote Reagan Revolution needs a neurological exam. So The unions do make us strong. The middle class makes us strong. Workers make us strong. And we shouldn't forget that. All right. Wah, 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 wah. Hey, Rosalind. Union teacher, hey, Mary. Wah, 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 wah. Oh, Blue Lady, I didn't know Feldo had a show out today. That's cool. Thank you. Bravo, everybody. Bravi. Bravi, bravi. Wah, 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 wah. I'm sagging after this long day. That's funny. Richard, I like that wordplay. A wordplay on the SAG after union. I'm sagging after this long day. That's very good. I like it. Greetings from Copenhagen. Oh my God. Hello, Tommy DuPont Hansen. Wow. We have Copenhagen. Good evening. 3:30 a.m. in Copenhagen. 6:30 p.m. on the West Coast. 3:30 p.m. on the big island of Hawaii and on all those islands. Why is the head of the Teamsters? Oh, I don't know, but Rosalind, you ask a good question. I do not know the answer. Oh, you're a union teacher in Australia. Fantastic, Rosalind. Okay, so we have Australia in the house. So I believe it's either tomorrow or yesterday in Australia. I haven't checked recently. I think it's tomorrow. I think it's like noon in Australia. Is it noon on Monday? I don't know. All right. Okay, that was a union song I wanted to do. Welcome to the No-Show. This is the No-Show. I finally learned which finger to point with to point at my name. I am Ethan Hirschenfeld. This is the No-Show. It happens every night at 9 p.m. here on YouTube and wherever you get your, YouTube. I'm wearing a collar tonight, which is it's rare. As you know, if you've watched the show, there are not a lot of collars on this show, but tonight I thought I would button up for the 1-year anniversary show. It's a very special, like they used to say on TV. Tonight, a very special episode. A very special episode of the No-Show. Oh, Mila, what did I say about the big island of Hawaii? Oh, I was simply saying it's 3:30 p.m. on the big island of Hawaii. Oh, Richard, you were in the music union for 30 years. That's fantastic. I'm in the music union also. It's called AGMA. I think we might be in the same union, AGMA, the American Guild of Musical Artists. I'm also a member of the Opera Singers Union in Germany and in Italy. In Italy, it was very old school. They gave you this little blue book, like the size of a little pamphlet, like the size of your passport. Once you joined that union, and then each job, I think you had to bring that little booklet to the administrative office at the theater, and maybe someone stamped it. I don't remember. And there is a fund for the opera singers because I did a number of jobs in Germany, and so there is some. I think I might have 82 Deutschmarks waiting for me somewhere. Well, now they're euros, but. Oh, interesting, Mila. I didn't know that Hawaii was in your past. All right. Okay, here comes the other union song I wanted to do. It's more of I've done this one on the show before. And I thought back when this was the no promo show, I thought it was, I thought this was going to maybe be the anthem of the show. Maybe it was for a little while, but it's Joe Hill, which I know from Paul Robeson and other people know from other singers. So it's sort of a ghost story, and it's the origin of the story. You should look it up. Joe Hill. Joe Hill. You hear a little bit about it in the story, but it's a strike that got busted. Someone was killed. It's that kind of story. I dreamed I saw Joe Hill last night, alive as you and me. Says I, but Joe, you're 10 years dead. I never died, says he. I never died, says he. In Salt Lake City, Joe, says I, him standing by my bed. They framed you on a murder charge, says Joe, but I ain't dead. Says Joe, but I ain't dead. The copper bosses shot you, Joe. They killed you, Joe, says I. Takes more than guns to kill a man, says Joe, I didn't die. Says Joe, I didn't die. And standing there as big as life and smiling with his eyes, Joe says what they forgot to kill went on to organize, went on to organize. Joe Hill ain't dead, he says to me. Joe Hill ain't never died. Where working men go out on strike, Joe Hill is at their side. Joe Hill is at their side. From San Diego up to Maine, in every mine and mill, where workers strike and organize, it's there you'll find Joe Hill. It's there you'll find Joe Hill. I dreamed I saw Joe Hill last night, alive as you and me. Says I, but Joe, you're 10 years dead. I never died, says he. I never died, says he. Joe Hill, there he is. Please look that up. Please look up Joe Hill. Look up Paul Robeson singing it. You can look up Pete Seeger and someone else. Thanks, Mary. Thanks, Blue Lady. Thanks, Richard. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you, Neuro. Joe Hill, born Joel Emanuel Hägglund, known as Joseph Hillstrom, Swedish labor activist. Worked various jobs and in working jobs between, so native Swedish speaker. He learned English during the 1900s, working various jobs from New York to San Francisco. Joe Hill. Oh, Hill was convicted of the murders. He was executed. He was then memorialized in folk songs. Huh. Okay, I'm going to have to read more about this because maybe his connection to the unions was unrelated. So the killing was unrelated maybe to the unions, but he was a union organizer. I should know the answer to this. Yeah, it says maybe the fight was over a woman, the gunshot. In any case, oh, Joan Baez. Thank you, Blue Lady. That's the other famous version of it. In any case, look up the Joe Hill song. I dreamed I saw Joe Hill last night. Thank you very much for tuning in all these last few months, all this year. This has been the 1-year anniversary show of the No Show. The No Show happens every single night, 7 nights a week here on YouTube. You can also look at the old episodes at E. Hirschenfeld on Instagram at E. Hirschenfeld. And I hear Gornemont's snoring. So with that, I will say good night. Everybody have a restful evening. And I will see you here tomorrow night, every night, any night, 9 p.m. East, 6 p.m. West, 3 p.m. in Hawaii, and 3 a.m. in Stockholm. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Bella Lune. Thank you, Blue Lady. Thank you, McJet. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Nuro. Thank you, Blue Lady. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Tommy. Oh my gosh, Tommy in Stockholm, in Copenhagen, says that the Swedish director Bo Widerberg made a film, Joe Hill. Okay, I want to see that film. That's a great tip. Thank you for that. Thank you, Mila. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Rosalind. Oh, wow. Waltzing Matilda is also a union song. Good to know, Rosalind, in Australia. Thank you very much for that tip. Thank you, McJet. Does the fight ever end? No, it does not. Thank you, Astral. Thank you, Bella Lune. And I think now I've said thank you to everybody. If I missed anybody, accept my apologies. And everyone, sleep well. And, oh, Dawn. Thank you, Dawn. Sleep well, everybody. And good night.